Okay, we are 63 days out from the meet, speed bench day, and I'm finally starting to feel like I am getting over the sickness. Like, definitely a little bit sore, a little bit tired from yesterday's deadlift, but I probably feel better than I did walking into the gym yesterday right now. So we're gonna get rolling on that speed bench, make sure she is spiffy, make sure the catches are tight, and yeah, we're gonna speed bench. So I will stop talking and start speed benching. And the two things I want you to notice here are, number one, how little weight I have on the bar. Yes, this is work sets with 125 in the chains. I did bench 495 on Monday, but for speed bench, I tend to be able to get a ton out of very little weight, because the second thing I want you to notice is how much sauce I'm putting on the bar here. Because to get something out of speed work, when the bar is very light, you gotta treat it like it's very heavy. Last one here. I'm okay with that. And you might be thinking, watching that's not a lot of weight, not a lot of work. How is that supposed to build in a bench press? But the thing is that the goal here isn't necessarily to build bench. It is to practice that lock up at the bottom, practice pressing really hard, practice my groove with a relatively low amount of fatigue, and then we're gonna go do the building with the rest of the stuff we're about to do this session. And for that, running some incline dumbbell press again, because incline is the angle where my pecs definitely need the most work, and we're starting out with 80s for a light feeler. And like, I don't love starting out that light, but taking that extra warm-up tends to make things feel better, so I'd rather take the extra warm-up and look a little bit lame than not feel good as I work up. So 105's next warm-up, and the plan is to take one more warm-up and then top set pretty high reps, probably somewhere around 150s. And the reason we're capping at 150s this week is the 190s last week were probably too big of a push. Plus, I don't have friends to help me get bigger dumbbells in position, so we'll keep her a little bit lighter today. Belt appropriate. Also, slime shirts are going to be gone for good on Halloween at the end of this month, so make sure that if you want one, hit the link below and grab one before they're gone forever. Anyways, 130s, last warm up, and because I want to do good at my top set, we're going to make sure we're assertive with this. Come on. Yeah, I am very okay with that. So we're gonna pick the camera up and move it and switch to the other bench just so I don't have to walk the 150s as far over. On second thought, gonna go and grab a little bit of water and get some chalk before top set. And one of my secondary pressing goals of this meet prep is to crank the 200s on incline. So to set that up in a few weeks, gonna make sure we have a pretty good showing here. Come on. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Counted the 20 in my head. Too many reps to watch the tape back and try to count for real. So I'm counting that as at least placebo repage. And for today's overhead work, we're back on this guy. because I'm not quite brave enough with the elbow to run barbell overhead press yet. And with how good bench is rolling, jamming on this sucker, I'm also not 100% sure if I even need to bring the barbell back. So let's give 2 a good crank so we can put 3 on and then maybe go up again. Yeah, I'll toss him at least a quarter on. And this is a pretty decent jump compared to what we have been running, so we'll only go up if it feels really freaking good. Have you used this before?
No, I like it though.
Are you struggling or?
No, I'm not struggling.
Okay.
I'm just like making sure I'm doing it right, but it's like I feel like I'm hitting more of my back and not my rear delt.
Yeah, so the first time I used it, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I have to go single arm instead of a little bit lopsided to try to line my shoulder up more with that.
Yeah, I think I have to flare my elbow out a bit more to get that. Because when I'm doing that, it's all mid back.
Yeah.
I'm not hitting my delt.
Yeah, try a single and see. Had to give some advice on the stupid rear delt machine. That is hard to figure out, but yeah, big crank here. Wow. We're gonna go 4. And only goal here is to not look stupid for putting it on the machine. I'm okay with that push. And we're back over here in the dumbbell area for some tape presses. Gonna grab a pretty light dumbbell to start to make sure we're keeping them in the elbow stays happy territory. Hopefully 60 is appropriate for that. Yeah, we can definitely go up. So we'll see if we can make 80s not feel terrible. Probably felt better than 60, so gonna be a little bit silly and grab the hundos. And if this feels not terrible, I will be a very happy camper. We're gonna be stupid and grab 120s because a bench PR is not gonna bench itself. Yeah, I'm a happy camper. And what I'm really happy about is elbows felt better on every set on the way up, so we're definitely on our way. And triceps pro 2, got the long spud strap out. Gotta get this carabiner off. Hold on. There we go. As I was saying, long spud strap, a little stricter, a little squeezier, trying to finish with some extension and touch that long head, make it feel good. And like when I'm doing a sloppier, heavier bench and tricep movement, I always do want to couple it with something smaller, squeezier, be more precise with tension so that I can, well, I don't know, be more precise with tension. We'll go up a little bit for the next set. So hopefully we can keep this in squeezy feel good territory. pump is acquired. Next up, jamming on rear delt rows. Gotta pull a shit ton of weight off the stack because I have no idea who's using this before me, but I do know that if I were to try to use that loading on here, it would be very difficult to get that sweaty rear delt intent that I'm looking for. Definitely heavy enough for what I want to do. So we're going one more here. On second thought, I will go up a little bit because bench PR is not gonna bench itself. I'm okay with that. And for today's lat selection, we're back on this guy because for a pull down, I don't think that this guy can be beat in here. And we're running it the right arm direction so I can get a little bit more load in than we're running supinated. So one more here, trying to really push myself forward, keep the chest a little higher so I can make the elbows in the bottom a bit closer to where I'll be on squats, but due to flexibility limitations, it'll take some work to really get there. This machine is so sick. And for today's arm slot, haven't touched this guy in a little while, so we're gonna run her and change the hand angle from how I normally run it to force a little bit more supination. Still not a ton, but it does feel like a stretch in the bottom, which is pretty pathetic, but we'll run it so we can get better at it. And we'll go up because that's pretty light. Hopefully this isn't too heavy. I think we'll be fine. Big stretch. Laughing at myself for how pathetic this is. Caught up very fast, but I'm okay with it. And between those sets, I looked down the hallway that way and realized that we forgot something, so we're gonna go make sure we do that something. Because since we started running this guy for pec flies, pecs have been feeling so freaking good that I don't want to get rid of it. Definitely need more weight, but we'll do a couple. This machine is dangerous, gotta remember to not get poked in the eye. And I definitely think like running the Panada, running this, I do like this better than Panada, so we'll have to make a mental note of that. And that was way too many reps, so we'll add some weight. Yeah, this is perfect. Did the trick. And now to go snag that spud strap again so we can crank hip flexors. Spud strap is acquired. Freaking stoked that we're actually getting to use it today. And plan foiled because the cable machine I want to use is being used. I'm gonna wait it out and run the conclusion before I do the hip flexor work. But I mean, today I cannot be more stoked with it. And like, we are feeling a little bit tired still, but we should feel tired, all things considered, this week. And the fact that I was able to perform pretty well after that deadlift tells me that that deadlift was not too big. And if 665 for 4 was not too big, we're in a really good spot. And thinking probably going to try to do an AMRAP with 705 next week, which I'm getting more and more and more excited for. But before we do that AMRAP with 705, got a chain squat on Sunday that we got to make well, so I got to focus on that. And all I'm focused on, all I'm thinking about, all I'm trying to visualize is just making sure we have that low ab pull into the wedge, into the pick, coupled with that big upper back tension. As long as I can unrack it well, we're going to be able to do a hell of a lot better than the last time I ran chains. And if we do a hell of a lot better than the last time we ran chains, we are going to be in a good spot. And I'm just getting more and more excited to dig into the work through the rest of this prep, because the fact that we are doing this good right now and we're not overcooking it, it's just so much fun to be able to think like we can work, we can chug, we can progress. And I'm just excited to keep working, keep chugging, and keep progressing, which is probably getting a little bit repetitive at this point, but that's all it is. It's like getting excited, do the work is the best way to get better. And if you can enjoy the work that you're doing because you enjoy pushing yourself, well, you're going to have no choice but to make progress. And I am grateful to be here. So I think that's what I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good night. And I will see you in the team after I do hip flexor work. As promised, we are getting our hip flexor work in.